Welcome to the Temple of Flame. And today, Big Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is from Secret Aardvark. I think this is maybe one of the first things I've had from them. Although I think I maybe did something that Taco Bell, I think, did a collab with them as well. I might have done a video for that. But most of their hot sauces have onions, so I am right out of that action. But we've got here Aardvarks nuts from Secret Aardvark. And these are his nuts, which are habanero hazelnuts. Now, I have done a lot of different nuts over the course of this series. Hazelnuts is not one, however, but I've done a lot of other ones, including pistachios, and a lot of those were covered in my head-to-head battles of the hot nuts. And I'm kind of now thinking, because I've run across enough of these since I basically retired that series, I've run across enough of these since that point that I'm kind of the opinion that maybe I should just make another playlist just for nuts. So keep your eye out for that. That may be coming down the pipeline at some point. It may already be here, in fact. That may be where this lives. I'm not quite sure yet, but I am kicking the idea around. So, okay, what do we got? Why Aardvarks nuts? Why not, indeed. We took the bougiest of nuts and made them. Okay, alright. Okay, so we have spice foods loaded with capsaicin. Oh boy. Which increases metabolism, gives you an endorphin rush, and makes you much hotter. Boy, we are just out here saying a lot of stuff, aren't we? So, I don't know what they mean by makes you much hotter. And I don't usually spend a lot of time with copy and marketing bullshit like this, but I don't know what they mean by that. Are they meaning like more attractive? As in physically more attractive? If you stuff your face full of nuts, you'll become more physically attractive? Or are they referring to temperature? Because it doesn't necessarily increase temperature. I don't think it's going to make you more attractive, first of all, stuffing your face like a chipmunk full of nuts. But secondly, as far as body temperature being raised, I think they're overstating this by quite a bit. If you eat really, really, really hot stuff, your body will sort of trigger a sweat reaction. But I don't know. You know, that's one of the things I really should have. When I was burning with calf cramps, what I should have done is I should have taken my actual temperature, because I don't think it would increase by that much. So certainly not enough to say much hotter. And habaneros are candy, so I don't, definitely not those. Those aren't ever going to do it. All right, so we got nuts, sugar, salt, tomato, paprika, spices. We have habanero about in the middle of the back here, carrot powder, and just some other stuff. So I don't know that some of the Reaper nuts did get pretty hot. Like there's not a whole lot of nut products that I consider to be blazing. Most of the time they're not. The wild Reaper nuts, I would say, did get up there, though. Those were, once you got into them, if you kept going, you could get a pretty decent burn going. This with just habaneros, I'm honestly not expecting a whole bunch, but their goofy marketing aside, let's take a look here, and I don't see a whole ton of coating on these. I do see some on this one. Let's see. Yeah. So the whole ones, it doesn't look like a lot of it's stuck to the. Are any of these whole? Actually, this one is. The bougiest of nuts. Well, let's try the bougiest of nuts that's been dolled up here, shall we? Why are they calling hazelnuts the bougiest of nuts, I'm wondering? That is silly. That is a silly thing to say. So just throw some in your mouth. Feel the tingle of the spices. I'd love to. I would love to. But I'm not. So, what say we just take a shot at a burn here. I'm not gonna up and eat this whole bag, but this is probably like half the bag right now, give or take. I was really happy to find these though. I think this is a neat idea. I hate the label copy, like with a passion. Like I really don't like that label copy, but I was happy to see the product. I wish I could do more of the secret Aardvark sauces actually. I do kind of hate that plastic bottle thing that they put them in though, as well. I'm not a fan of that because most of the time the plastic walls are too thick to actually make it squeezable, and then it's just inconvenient to use. But, you know, make whatever sauce you want, I guess, and other people have other foods that they can't have. I mean, it's just the way it shakes out sometimes. Yeah, the tingle of the spices. There is no kick in the mouth. That is non-existent. I'm not getting an endorphin rush. So, what flavor that is here, I do like. But it is not really standing up to the hazelnuts. I like me a good nut. I like me a good hazelnut. I don't think there's too many nuts out there. I'm trying to think of any nuts I don't like. I shall ponder that while I finish this. Well, I can't think of a one. Not one. Not a single solitary nut that I don't like. To be sure, there's nuts I like better than others. But I can't think of any I don't like. So that was a bust. Alright, on to this. At this point, I slugged through half the bag. I don't think they're coated very well. When I can get the flavor of the coating, I think it's pretty good. I do like it quite a bit. I wish there was actually more coating to this. And I almost wonder if the coating might, I mean, maybe they'll make corn nuts at some point. They might stick better there, I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a lot of, oh yeah, actually there is. I don't know if you can see that, but all the seasoning was pretty much at the bottom. Nuts don't always like things stuck to them. So I'm going to give this a default 1. For what I was able to get out of it, it is not what I would consider particularly spicy or challenging or anything like that. If you get like those Cajun snack mix things, you'll be fine with this. I do think these are good. I do like them. I think they're very tasty. But I like hazelnuts. I'm predisposed to like that. So flavor-wise, no problem at all. Heat-wise, it doesn't live up to the copy at all. And I think they should reconsider the back of this packaging because it's silly. But I do like the product. I think the product's good. It is a touch on the pricey side, you know, bougie nuts and all. But it is good. It is quite good. I did enjoy what I had here for sure. And I wish that the stuff would stick better to them, though. I mean, that is worth noting because a lot of the flavor, like I said, sank to the bottom. But yeah, I mean, the flavor's good. Heat's very minimal, and we'll just leave it right there. So that was the Secret Aardvark, Aardvarks Nuts, Habanero Hazelnuts. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.